I've written a couple of examples of how you can play blues with these groups. So in the pentatonic scale, staying in the pentatonic scale, playing over simple blues with the D chord, the G chord and the A chord. Example 1, I'll play it 2 times. In this example 1, I start mostly on the root. I play in the first bar the D, the C, the D, so the note under the root, so the below note. On the G I play the G, G, F, and on the D I basically do the same but the below note. On the 4th bar I start on the below note and end on the root. Then on the G, I don't play it on 1 then, I skip the 1, start the line on 2, G, F, G. And the second bar of the G, I play G, F, G again. It's kind of answer to the first G, F, G. Then I skip 2 bars of the D chord, or 2 beats of the D chord. And then I play a long phrase, D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C. On the A7, in the 9th bar, I basically play a little rhythmic concept, A, G, A, C. And in the second bar of the A7, I repeat the rhythm A, G, A, but end with a G. And then on the last D7 and the A, I also repeat the rhythm on the 2 and on the 4 and on the 2 of the A. So 1, 2 times D, and on the 4, 2 times D, and on the A7, on the second beat, 2 times A. Example 2. Now I'm not only playing on the root, but I start changing the begin note to one of the other notes to of the group. So on the D I can, for example, start on the F, on the C, and on the G I can start on the A, on the F. On the A I can also start on the C or the G. The most important thing to know about this is that the root is still the root. So if you play an F through the whole first bar, it doesn't sound like the D. So you maybe want to have some kind of D in there. It's not necessary, you can play the D later, but for now I tend to keep the root in the bar as well. What I'm doing here is I start on with a little rhythmical pattern. I repeat that, beginning on the 1 with the F D, and on the 3 with the F D. Then I explicitly begin on the 2 in the G bar with the G F G A pattern. On the 3rd bar of the D, I again start on the 1 to repeat the G rhythm, but then another rhythm. So F, D, C, D, and then wait a little bit, 2 bars, and on the 3 I play 2 times D. On the G bar I want to set down the beat really heavy, so I just play quarter notes for 3 beats. And then ending on the F. In the second bar of the G, I skip the 1 and play from the F, which I had in the bar before, F, G, A, G. That's a little repeating of the second bar, where I also played kind of the same line on the 2. So playing around with the rhythm, repeating rhythms that you earlier played, it's kind of a nice effect. Then I repeat from the first example, the rhythm on a D chord on the 2 and the 4 playing Ds, but the last 2 Ds I build into the 8th bar, ending beginning on the F D. So that's one phrase, D D F D over the bar line. Repeating the F D, that's kind of an answer to the question asked in the beginning of the bar, in a different rhythm. Then I go to the A7, I play a standard blues lick, the AC, kind of a shout, and then second bar of A7, I play G, A, and AG at the end, to kind of go to the D7. I skip the first beat, then I play D, 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 C, which kind of leads me to the low A, so I'm going down that line already from the beginning of the first bar of A7, I play high. The second bar of A7 I play a little lower. On the D7 I play even lower, and on the last A7 chord I go low to the low A and playing AC, kind of a shout but low. Example 3. I play longer lines now. I start building more 8 notes into the lines, so it sounds more like an 8-note line of a jazz tune. Of course, I still stay in the groups, but I now change also, not starting only on the beat, but also on the off beats, which give the more jazzy feeling. I start this line, not on the first beat, but on the 1 and, playing C, D, F. Skipping the third beat, playing on the 3 and, I play the D. Then in the G7 I repeat the rhythmical pattern. I don't start on the 1, I start on the 1 and, playing G, F, G, F, G. On the third bar, the D7, I don't play on the 1 and, but I play on the 2 to kind of change the rhythm. But I repeat the same notes as in bar 1 of the D7. So on the third bar, the D7, I play C, D, F, and then I continue that line, D, C, D, ending in the second bar of the D7 on the C, D. On the fifth bar, the G7, I only play off beats. The G on the off beat for 4 times, then the last G I pull over to the second bar of the G, playing an 8-note line around the G, so A, G, F, G, A, G, and the last F I continue down to the D7, where I just go on with the 8 notes, D, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, ending on the second bar of those D7s with surrounding the D, D, F, C, D. On the 9th bar, on the A7, I don't start on the 1, I start on the 1 and again with a dotted quarter note, ending on the 3, on the A and the G. repeating my pattern for bar 8, but not on the D, but on the A7, I surround the A with an A, C, G, A. Going on to a G, leading on to the D7 in the 11th bar, the G approaches the F and the D. So then I have a nice leading tone there, F, D, and that pattern, the F, D, I repeat on the offbeat, the F, D. Then I end on the last bar, bar 12, on the A7, where I play C, A, C, A. Thank you very much for watching this video and listening. I hope you enjoyed it very much. You can subscribe to my channel if you really liked it. All the transcriptions of my lessons are on my website, and you can follow the link here. Then you get to my website, and there you can see the full transcription with all text and all examples. You can download them by right-clicking on them. Then you can download them as pictures. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, and have fun.
Thank you.